Hi guys, how are you? Happy Wednesday. Hope all of you guys have made it through the week so far. I'm actually excited to have Brandy with me, one of our creative partners. Go ahead and say hi, Brandy.
Hey guys.
She is pulling up the comments on Facebook so that she can be able to chat with you guys as she creates a layout of her travel memories. Brandy loves to travel, and I love that about her. And it's very inspiring for me. I love all of her travel stories. So I'm excited for her to be able to scrapbook those with you guys tonight. And hopefully you're inspired to pull out your own supplies and create along with her. You might as well, right? The time is going to pass, so you might as well create something along with her. And if you do, please make sure to share it with us by hashtag create with Kiwi Lane so you can enter into a $25 store credit giveaway each month. We do that. So, all right, Brandy, are you seeing the comments? Are you guys saying hi so she can see that you guys are with her? Are you able to see those? Do you have that up?
Yes, Kelly says hey Brandy on there.
Oh,
So
good.
yes.
Good. Thanks, Kelly, for saying hi. And of course, I always I put in the description. Actually, you didn't get to see that part, Brandy, but I put it in that it's we all need to give ourselves a timeout. And Wednesday seems like a good day to give yourself a timeout so that you can make it through the rest of the week. Especially you, Brandy, being a teacher. I'm sure you're I need timeout.
Yes.
So a little creative R will go a long way.
Yes, I run 3 races in a day now instead of 1.
Oh my goodness. I know it.
We have to clean after every student leaves each class. So in between each class, we're having to clean each table, desk, chair, anything that a kid touches.
I guess it's kind of worth it though, right? For whatever it's worth, just so that these kiddos.
Yes. But I have kids virtual too. So that's my second race. Everything I say, I got to tell kids at home what to do and kids in class what to do. And
it's a circus. Yeah. That's the best way I could explain all of this. I'm just it's a circus. It's have fun, but at the same time, hopefully we don't lose all of our hair, basically. I gotta see it. All right, Brad, I'm gonna let you take over. I'm excited to see what you create. Have fun.
Okay, thanks.
All right, I'll check in. Bye-bye.
Okay, let me pull up the right sketch maybe. The sketch that I'm going to be using today is one that Amy shared. Hold on, let me unplug this for a second. Over on the Kiwi Lane website. And let's see if I can pull it up. My iPad has decided to go nuts. Today is not a good day for technology at school, at home, anything else. Is anybody else having one of those days? Because my iPad is just, oh, there it closed out finally, at least. My iPad's just going nuts. Okay, so, hey, Becky, Natalie, everybody, sorry. I've been stressing over the iPad not working. So I've missed some of the comments. I'll scroll back up. But Amy has shared this, or it's in the actual event over on the Kiwi Lane website. This is a sketch I'm going to use, and my buddy Kelly, who is on here with us, has challenged me. She has lost her creative mojo for a couple months now. So I'm trying to help her get back in her mojo. And I told her, okay, okay, I've got to do the live. I told her a couple days ago, go pick out a sketch that you like, and I'm going to use it. So she picked this out. So it's not one that I would have picked, not that I don't like it. It's just not one that I would have picked right off the bat. So it's a good challenge for me, because if you've watched any of my lives before, you know I like to be challenged. So this is something, and to use Susan's term that she used, might have been the last live, they all run together, is that I'm going to Kiwify it, is what she commented last, I want to say it was this last week, maybe for the crop for her and Amy, when they went live together, how they're going to Kiwify that layout or the sketch. So I'm going to do the same for this. So this, if you want to take a picture of it, that is one way of getting it, but you can also go over to the Kiwi Lane website, the website, not on Facebook. Go to the Kiwi Lane website and you can get this there, because Amy has it there. So what I'm going to work on today is I have been organizing my scrapbook room since COVID hit a little bit at a time. And so I got a new calyx unit, a 5x5 unit to take up where my stamp wall was, and organizing my kits and organizing everything. I've gotten in another bookshelf, and so I'm been going to town. And in the process, I found about, I haven't counted, at least 500 photos from a cruise, a European Mediterranean cruise from back in 2013. And I knew when I was putting all my albums in chronological order, because before they were all over the place on this other rack that I had, that my 2013, I had a full album and I had about 5 layouts in another one. And I thought, well, that's odd. Why didn't I just cram the other 5 layouts in that one, and why start a whole new one? Well, I figured that out when I come across a box, and I'm talking a big box full of photos for this trip. So this is a winery that we visited in Italy, and I've already done one page. So I went ahead and pulled it out. I don't know, we'll see how the glare is. Let me just pull it out. We won't have to worry about the glare. This is one page that I did a long time ago. And it officially doesn't have any Kiwi Lane on it. This was pre Kiwi Lane, because like I said, this was back in 2013. So this was before I had ever even heard of Kiwi Lane. But this is my husband here in the gray shirt, and these are our guys and gals that were doing our specialty tour with us. And this is the guy at the winery. But this is in the Murgo winery in Sicily, Italy. We had been to the volcano, and we then went to a winery. So that was the picture of those guys, and I had one little one left over, so I laid it out here in case I wanted a people picture on this one. But this is more about the picture of all the grapes, and I have other pictures that show they had a lemon, lime orchard. They had all the different olives, all the things that are grown there. They had all of those products there as well. So it was very fascinating and very beautiful. But this is because there's enough pictures obviously here. And then some of these, or most of these, I had printed in smaller pictures. Yeah, these were printed. I don't even know. That doesn't even look like a date. Usually there's a date on the back, but so I have some big pictures. Like this one is the same one, big and small, and some of these others are. And that's one that's actually, I can't tell if that's one of the lemons or the limes, maybe limes because it's green, but you know, I don't know. So I'm looking at this, and then I'm looking at the one that Kelly did, and hers have 2x5, 2.5 by 2.5, and 3.5 by 2.5, and all these different sizes. So she was aggravating me last night because she's like, do you have a 5x7? I'm like, no, you don't have to have a 5x7. So she was joking, saying it's not going to start her mojo unless I did it exactly like the sketch. But as I tell everybody, the sketch is to get your juices flowing, and then you can always change it up and add from there. So there wasn't anything really to feature here. I mean, this is a great photo for the clarity and stuff, but it really doesn't need to be a 5x7. So I wasn't going to worry with printing a 5x7. This one is just kind of showing as we were driving by, you can kind of see out the front windshield of the bus there. So some of these I might not use, but some of them definitely I'm using with the grapes, like thousands of them everywhere, and then the actual plants out that. So this one might not be used, but we shall see. Hey, Cindy Pride. I see you're on here. Hey to everybody. If I missed your comment, Tanya says, can you show the sketch again? There was a light shining. Oh, let me turn my light off. There you go. I have my light on. There is the sketch if you want to take a picture of it. That, and the guys out mowing our yard and decided to weed eat now. That is the sketch that Kelly chose for me to use, my friend Kelly. So she has challenged me to use this one. You can take a picture of it, but it's also on the Kiwi Lane website under events, and you will be able to see it. Let's see. Yeah, now you can get a good picture. I'm holding it still. But that way you can get a picture of it. But if I missed your comment saying hi, hey, this new Facebook is not anything that I've heard anybody that they love, but basically, instead of seeing a whole column of comments, I'm only seeing, like right now, 2.5 comments. So if it scrolls too fast or a lot of you are commenting at once, then I'm not going to see it. Feel free to post it a second time. Uh-oh, so Fred must be on here. I see Becky's replying to Fred. Okay. So that's the sketch. And then when we're looking at it, you can see it has a scalloped border piece that overlaps 2 of the pages. It looks to be about 11 inches tall and wide. It has just a torn piece. Oh, a torn piece here. That's my broken toe picture that it just scanned briefly. But we can always put a border here. Obviously, I was thinking 1 border, which would be unique because usually we put 2 on 2 different pages and put the opposite side. But if we did 1 border here, and then for the skinny stripe across the top, I don't know if I want to do that or if I'm going to use one of our skinny fun borders, you know, one of the trails or one of the others. So I haven't thought too much about it with all of, hey, Sandy from Oregon, with all of the school stuff going on and running. Like I said, I feel each day like I've run 3 races. And then Saturday, stumped my toe on my husband's sandal on the floor, and I think I broke my toe, my pinky toe. So it's just, and then had technology difficulties today at school, my speaker going in and out. So we couldn't hear the kids at home, and we've had all kinds of fun technology today. And there comes the guy right by the window. I'm going to turn my light back on now. I can actually see better. Okay, so I have pulled out some different, now that you've seen the pictures and heard the backstory here. Lay those there. So that if it goes with this, when I was putting all my kits together, I put all the wine stuff in here. So this is all kinds of stuff, like a hodgepodge of wine stuff, because my husband likes wine. And this actually has some photos already in it from a different wine trip into a different place in Italy. I don't think these were the same. Let me double check. Nope, that's Victoria Estate Winery. So Kelly, there you go. This is the Victoria one in Canada is where we went to that one. And there's the chocolates they gave us. But so I have a hodgepodge of things here. And then I pulled 2 kits that I thought might go with the pictures. So this is just a regular crop night. There's not, like Susan said, you can use the challenge and create something tonight and post that over there. And they draw 1 lucky person out each month to win that $25 gift certificate. So it's not like I'm necessarily going to be teaching anything. I'll talk through the process and that kind of stuff. So feel free, maybe you might learn something. But this is just like at a crop. So I'm going to sit and scrapbook and have a one-sided conversation with myself. There is a title that I have bought before that has an eyelash on it. Okay, but it says time for wine and has the wine bottle and the wine glass. So that's one I bought before for somebody. So I'm just going to check out because, like I said, these pictures are from 2013. So they're quite old. And I haven't used my wine stuff in a while, and I combined them when I was organizing. So I want to get a look at what I have. So is anybody else scrapbooking with me tonight? Anybody? Stick this back up here out of my way. Fred, I know you need to be scrapbooking. Okay, hey from Florida and Michigan. You guys are just all over. I'm in Tennessee, in case you don't know me. My name is Brandy. Susan introduced me, but I know some people joined after she was on or left. But I am in Tennessee, north of Nashville, right up on the Kentucky line. I can be in Kentucky in about 3 minutes, and that is my hometown right across the Kentucky line. Eat, drink, and be merry. Those are kind of puffy, old Michael's recollection stickers. Nothing wrong with old, though. You can see leftovers from many different wine layouts that I have done before. And my dinner smells really good. My husband has dinner ready. I can smell it. I will be warming mine up. These are just solids. Let's see, what else do I have? Working on some cards. Some comments come in. So Jane's working on cards. Hey, Red Poppy. I forgot what Lindsay said your real name was, so I don't remember there. Hi from Florida. Here's all this stuff. Okay, so I have this one. It's got a shimmer wine. I have this wine paper. It has a shimmer to it. I don't know how well that shows online. And then the back side has that. So it's kind of fancy. It's got the shimmer to it. I don't know, since there's a delay always on there. You hear us talk about. Yeah, you can see it on there. I can see the other side now. You can kind of see that shimmer going. So California, I think we got just about most states here. There's the Merlot Cabernet Wine Lover paper. I have one of those. I buy everything. You can see I journaled and I didn't like it evidently and didn't use it. That's at Victoria. Oh, that goes with those other pictures because it says Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. But there's some more wine things. Cardstock. Here is paper that goes with that other sheet. Is it the same? Oh, it's green. I have one green and one purple. I remember buying this, but I didn't remember one was green and one was purple. Okay, interesting. I have that same paper. Pull it out, Cindy. Hey, Terry. Yes, I am well, other than a very bruised or broken toe. Who knows what it is? There is black and white one, so generic. Everything else it looks like is cardstock in here. So that is the gist of my wine paper and stickers. So I'm not in love necessarily with the wine paper, because this is more like about drinking it. And I've got my pictures are of the actual plants themselves. So it's not, I mean, that has the plant on there, I know. I need some wine paper to scrapbook those vineyard trips. Such cute wine paper and trim. You might have to start drinking wine. Yeah. My husband likes it because when we go on these, I don't drink, but he loves it. So he gets, when we do taste testing, you have to pay to go on an excursion. So I have to pay, but I don't drink. So he gets double the amount. He gets to try everything twice. I'll put this here for now. But Scrap Your Trip, if you've never heard of Scrap Your Trip, they have wonderful paper, travel paper. It's all about travel, but they have other themes too. And you can look up like wineries or Italy and or something. You type in wine or whatever. And I'm not for sure where I got these, but that would be my first go-to of trying to find something travel related. Oh, and I also pulled that out. There's actually two of them in there or more. I don't know. It has the vintagey Italian feel for me. And then I pulled this kit because I was thinking of the red, but those are more purple grapes, aren't they? Where'd that go? Yeah. So this goes better with that and not really the red. What time of the year did you go? This one was October is when I was in Italy for this one because it was a cruise and we went over fall break, if I'm not mistaken. All honesty, I can't remember much anymore these days. Then I pulled this one that has more distress, but again, I don't know. Still would look okay, maybe. I'm going to play around. If you've never done a Mediterranean cruise, or any cruise for that matter, once COVID craziness ends, I highly suggest it because it is awesome. You wake up every day in a new place. We've done two, one in 2009 to the Mediterranean and one in 2013, and been to Europe several other times. Y'all have heard my travel stories where I take students and adults. I lead students. I teach high school, and I take them to Europe or Australia is where it's been every year. And my friends got jealous, so I started adult trips. And so far, the adults have went to Italy first, and then Ireland, or no, Ireland first. Which was it? Ireland first, and then Italy. And then we were supposed to have went to Greece with adults this last summer, but COVID canceled that. So unfortunately, I didn't get to take 6 trips, 5 over the summer up till now, and then I had one coming up in 2 weeks, I think it is, over my fall break. I was taking adults, or no, the one coming up over fall break was my Kiwi cruise to Canada, New England, and Canada. That I know some of you guys were on there with me, so I hate that. So we didn't get to go to New England and Canada. It's been canceled. So 6 trips. I know that's a first world problem. Complaining about trips when people have lost their lives. So I'm just saying 6 trips is still disappointing on top of the loss of lives and everything else going on. So I don't know. Y'all talk to me, keep me company, pull up something, make some cards, use your scraps, make a card, or use your scraps, challenge yourself. I have went and challenged myself before, and when I have scraps on the table, is to take scraps and make a layout. You know, always add pictures later. So, oh, you've got to schedule another one. A Kiwi cruise. I have another Kiwi cruise already scheduled for next year's, but it's not New England or Canada. It's Alaska. So I'll look at doing New England and Canada if we even get to cruise next year. New England and Canada could be a 2022. I'm worried about. Carnival has already canceled. I think they said all through 2021. So I'm just waiting for Norwegian to cancel our one to Alaska in July. So this has got some greens in it. See, I think of burgundy and stuff when I think of wine, even though these are purple grapes. I'm kind of liking that. Let's see. Let me look at my sketch again. Any other school teachers on here tonight? Are you guys in school or virtual? I know a lot of places are all virtual, even Metro Nashville, just 25 minutes south of me, or not even 25 to get to the edge of the county. They are completely virtual. But we went back, we gave parents a choice, and we had 76% approximately choose to come back and 24% go virtual. Well, it won't matter if they cancel if Canada does not open their borders. That's true, Kelly. You are true. Yeah, those old crazy Canadians like Kelly. They don't want us Americans coming in. Okay, so I need 2 solids. And I'm trying to look at my pattern paper to see what I have in this kit to decide. Cynthia homeschools. Do you always homeschool, Cynthia, or is that new because of COVID? I know a lot of people went to homeschooling because of COVID. No, these are already so busy. The paper's so busy. Unless I'm mad, that's going to be way lost. I don't know that I like this paper. And there he comes with weed eating again. I think he knows that I'm live. He wants to make sure he is heard. There's a good green one. Like that. And use for the scalloped one that's in the background, because the travel log up here would show. So I think that would be cool for that piece of it. Yep, you've homeschooled for 17 years. Wow. I'm not smart enough to homeschool my son. He's too smart for me. He's in classes I never had, so. Interesting. Okay, what are y'all working on? Somebody said cards. Who else is scrapbooking? I wish I had some more of this paper. I love the even though again it's burgundy and that's that purple, but I like both of these papers, and I like the wine quart paper that I used on several different layouts where I tore that. So I like that, but I just don't have anything else to match it. I know some of you are basically homeschooling because your kids are at home virtually. You will be later, Mary. I'm working on oh, you're working on Annis's A to Z. Fred, you are not. Yeah, that's a given. You're not working. Yeah, two different kits here. Pull another one over here and see. Julie says, making cards right now. Hope to scrapbook later. Joyce, I'm working on foundations shadow box. That sounds cool. I'll lose my picture. I grabbed another kit. Teresa Collins, Far and Away. Again, I'm drawn to burgundy when I think of wine. This one has some in it. It's come from Hobby Lobby. Obviously, use a coupon, don't pay full price. And this has all kinds of, I have all kinds of extra papers and some kind of kit I bought somewhere, and I already had that and put that in there. So I've got all kinds of extra things, including flowers that match borders. That's Imaginess that's stuck in there. And then extra papers in here. So that's cool. Stickers. There's those stickers. Teresa Collins, Far Away. You can tell I've used this kit before. You're working on cuts for a swap. Working on the first home layout. First home. I remember those days. Cindy, what kind of swap are you doing? One of that kit I had out earlier has the pieces from a swap that I was in. The cool paper. Again, I'm drawn to the burgundy. I might just do burgundy and not care because it pulls in the branches there. I like that guy. Let's see what's in the big pad. Because I can still use the green from this kit. There's this one. That's still a possibility. If y'all know me well, you know, or everybody, the ones that have been on Zoom with me, or if you've watched me crop before, I am not a fast scrapper. Not by any means. A lot of people run circles around me. So mine is about the fun and the experience, not about how fast I can get done. So it's darker. It's very busy. There's blue in that same pattern. You can see I cut out or punched out some shadow. I like that. There's only one of it, at least in the front. I think that this one, you know, some paper pads rotate them throughout and some have it all together. This one seems to be documented. This one seems to have all the same ones together. Hey, Betsy. Oh, I punched another one there. I used a bunch of those. Some of these have a cool, like, shiny thing to them. So I am glad to be back with you guys. I haven't done one of these in a while on the main page. I like that one. It would kind of show if I did that as my background paper, but then the green, I guess the green would still look okay. See, lots of lines though. I don't know that I need all those lines. Postcards, script. See, this is a lot of stuff that would be cool, but that stuff like this is hard for me to use. That or even the postcards because it's so busy and so realistic. I have problems with the realistic stuff. Well, that's cute. Adventure. But you wouldn't want, I guess, adventure on both pages. Fred likes the chevron paper. I do too. Fred. There's pretty blue. Sightseeing, travel, very busy. There's the chevron. Okay. So are we going to do a busy one and have chevron as our background now? Or because the piece, if I pull this out again, of course my light's in Noah's way. Let me look at this. Because if the pictures are on it, it's awful busy. So I don't know that I want it to be the polka dot paper to be chevron. Kelly's aggravating Fred, saying it's an expert on paper. I like the chevron too. Use the adventure, just cover one of them with a border. True, it would alter it more. Fred is good at telling everybody what to do. He just doesn't go in there and scrapbook himself, right, Fred? I'll play Kelly's card here on aggravating you. We aggravate Fred. He loves to scrapbook as far as collecting supplies, but you know, every once in a while he'll make a page. The bigger chevrons, he says. The ones back here. Those guys. Yeah, they're so busy though. That's the only thing. Okay, I'm gonna pick something and go with it so you aren't just sitting here thinking, what the heck is she doing? But you're probably already thinking that. Because see, this really, look at that, how that pops on there. It pulls out all those yellows. So I guess I might listen to Fred once. Yeah. Yes. Use these as my backgrounds. And cover one with something. there. See, a lot of times, if you've never noticed that paper companies, you saw what was in this one, and this one does not have this red. It had it in blue up towards the front here, but it did not have it in the red. So it's always interesting when you look at it. Like if I pull this out, I'll have some even more different ones to see, because they'll put different ones on their actual ones they sell to the store and what they have in there. So see, this is the same paper line. It is Teresa Collins Far and Away. Or well, this one's documented, so that's what it is. It's two different paper lines with the same design. Then there's the blue. Still same color scheme and stuff. It's interesting. Right, still on the side. There might not be anything in this either. Ooh, that's busy and big. Backside isn't as bad. So it gives me a ton of cards between what's in the book and here. There's another one of the red ones. I wanted to use it for a background. How many of you have been to a crop since COVID started? I've been to 2 that are an hour from me. And then tomorrow after work, I'm going straight to a crop for the weekend for Thursday night, Friday. Well, they're going to be there all day tomorrow, but I won't be because I'll teach. I just used one personal day, so I won't be there Friday at school. We have actual subs who are brave. We have 3 that will come in during COVID. And I was fortunate enough to get one of the guys, to come in so I could have a day off to go to a crop. So I'm excited. We all have our own 8-foot table. So hey Julie, we are all will be more than 6 feet away from each other. So I'm liking the green, the yellow, and the burgundy together. Forget the grapes. We just won't use that as a color. Uh-oh, I saw some frowny faces, mad faces. Somebody's mad. I promise we social distance and we have to wear our masks the whole time. And like I said last time, with pre-COVID, we do this every year. We are far more than 6 feet apart anyway, but now we won't have any food there. And we won't get to take our mask off. So Fred says my last in-person crop was mid-March. No, it wasn't, Fred. You had your one. It was a small crop with like 4 of you. Okay. Let's take a look. If I use these as my background, basically I can turn one of these this way, or actually this one. And when I put the strip down the right-hand side, I can just make that strip cover the adventure so that it's not saying it twice. Let's see. Go and have fun. No crops this year. High risk. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Cindy, I know you hadn't been to a crop. Cindy's here in Tennessee with me. She's one of my buddies. Haven't been to a crop in years. Oh, I'm excited to get out and get away. Like Susan was saying in the beginning, we all need to, let me get this cord out of the way, relax and take a load off, because everyone is stressed right now. I can tell you I am. like I mentioned, I feel like I do 3 jobs in a day instead of 1. You can still see part of that on there. Does anybody else stuff like that bugs you until where that was on there? Where's in that paper pad? There we go. I got most of it. I'll have to mess with it later. I know you don't want to see me sit and do paper. I don't think that's noticeable. It doesn't line up like that with each other. It doesn't really line up that way either anyway. So, okay. If I do this, I know the first thing I want to do, again, I'm using the sketch that Kelly picked out for me that Amy has uploaded over on the Kiwi Lane website. So if you missed that, you can go over there on the actual Kiwi Lane site, like where you go to order stuff. And under events there, under this event tonight, it has the sketch so that you can get it. Or of course you can look back later and get it. But let's see. Could use my keepsake one. It looks different. That one has a scalloped edge, but that's okay. And I can extend it down. If y'all have never moved them down once you started tracing, this one would be a little harder because you have to get the curve just right. So that one. Or remember, a sketch is a jumping off point. You don't have to make it look exactly like it. I can use the other, some of the other big ones, like these guys. So I could extend that, and that would give me the scallop if I did it like this and just continued it on down the page. I think that's what I'll do. So I've got this and the hexagon too that are big. Something is blocking. Oh, my light. Let me get that out of your way. Yep, somehow my light got in there on us, didn't it? Blocking the bottom of your left paper. It's my light, my dual light here. Stress to the limit. Oh. Yep. Let me get, there we go. Maybe that gets it up out of the way. We'll see. Of course, there's a delay. So I'm going to go with that guy for now. And pencil. And we'll start up here and trace this out because I want travel log in it, but I still want it to be all green, and so the white or the cream colored edge is not going to be here. So I'm going to trace. Oh, keeps moving on me. I'll do this front corner. You so exciting of watching somebody trace. Oh, you know what? I was going to continue it over, wasn't I? Good thing I can erase. Good thing about using a pencil. It's going to be behind stuff anyway, so it's not going to show. You're good. You can see both sides. Good, because there's a delay, so it's always I continued on thinking that would fix it. So no telling what I'll do tonight. This is probably going to be the first of many goofy mistakes. Okay. I'll line this up. And like I said, it's not going to matter because it's going to be behind there. It's not really much I can do to extend it now that I look at it. And it's going to get that border in there, which I don't guess it matters. Just we'll have it on the sides and not the top. That's okay. I had my students to tell you teacher problems, to give me something to talk about, since I'm sitting here talking to myself, even though you guys can hear me. If you've ever done this, you or never done it, you don't know how weird it is to do this. But my students, I told them it's like COVID has taken their voice, or the mask has taken their voice, because they don't want to talk. You hear teachers talk about the kids never want to shut up, and that is a normal teacher problem. But in COVID times, my kids do not want to talk. And so we had in-service Monday. The students stayed home and the teachers had in-service. And that was one of the things we brainstormed, was how to get kids to talk. We've never had this issue before. Now, used to, we're like, be quiet, you're not supposed to talk while the teacher's talking and stuff. Now you can hear a pin drop in the classroom. It is very, very odd. Kathy says she teaches kindergarten. It's miserable. I can imagine. Are you in person, Kathy, or virtual, which would be worse? But our kids, it's like the mask has taken their voice. They don't want to talk. Kids don't want to unmute that are at home, because I have kids speaking through the speaker in my ceiling. It's crazy. I can't get them to talk. So I don't know. It has been very, very odd on top of everything else. And so today's activity, I started it yesterday. One of the teachers had the idea, is instead of calling roll, because I have to see who's at home and who's here, and I have to mark attendance 3 different ways because of the virtual, and the kids who are quarantined that are home are virtual. They get marked one way. Kids who are virtual already get marked away. And then, of course, kids who are supposed to be at school who are not there or absent, I mark them another way. So it has been crazy. So the activity yesterday that I've started, instead of saying here, they have to answer a question. So it gets them talking. So they're used to talking in front of others. It's just so odd. So today, my question for them, since I'm doing a travel layout, was, if you could travel anywhere and not worry about COVID, obviously, if you could travel anywhere, everywhere would be nice, where would you travel? And so let's see. I'll tell you what they said here in a second. Let's see. I missed some comments, I think. I hate this only shows. Wonder if it'll let me pull it up. Nope, I'm not seeing anything. It's only showing. I can hide the comments, but that's what I want to see. I'm in person. My daughter teaches first and is virtual. Ugh. Yeah, I have a friend who teaches preschool and she's virtual. Well, she was, and then now she has some in class and some virtual. Hey, Cassandra, she teaches kindergarten too. Hers, mine are so good this year. Very low, but good behavior-wise. Yeah, mine are behavior-wise really good, because they won't talk. They won't do anything. They're just sitting there looking at me. It's very, very odd. One of mine ran away at recess into the woods. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's not good. But anyway, so I had my kids talk today, and so I learned a lot about my students. It's like a get to know you exercise too, and they get to learn about me. because I always answer the question each day for them. But we, some of them had some very interesting places. If you just wanted to go to Florida or California, that kind of place, or not that kind of place, here in the United States. And then some of them, of course, chose, you know, Italy was common. New Zealand, I actually had a student choose New Zealand. And I told him, I'm like, okay, that's unique. What would, you know, why do you want to go to New Zealand? And he listed off several things. Was it Lord of the Rings is recorded there and some other things. So it was fascinating to hear why they chose some of these places. One of them was some salt. I have to stop and think about where it was. Some actual salt, something. It looks like a mirror when you're walking on it. Bavarian salt mines, maybe is what it was. Oh, Cassandra, yes, I told him Bora Bora is my top of my list of places to go, and I described the scenery of those huts out over the water with the boardwalk leading out to them. You can jump right out from your bedroom. Some of the bedrooms have like a stairs right in the middle of the bedroom. You can walk right down into the water. I was telling them about all of that. So it got some of the classes. My third block is still very quiet. Like, I can't pull words out of their mouth. So just for fun, Cassandra said Bora Bora, and that would be mine. If y'all could go anywhere right now, put in the comments, where would you go? Basically, I'd go anywhere at this point just to be able to travel. But, you know, if I had my pick of any place, I would choose Bora Bora. While I'm cutting this out, I'm sure I'll miss some of your comments because I can only see 3 at a time here. Ireland's making a wish trip to happen that got postponed. Yeah, I remember that, Cassandra. Ireland, I went this last summer. It's awesome. Kelly wants to go. That is my favorite place. Where, Kelly? Bora Bora or Ireland? Ireland was cool when I went this summer, back in 2019, not this last summer. I took adults. Australia. Yes, I went to Australia this last summer, 2019. That was my student trip. Australia was fabulous. One of my favorite places to go. Oh, it says you're replying to Cassandra, so you want Bora Bora too, Kelly. Okay. Cindy or Cynthia says Mediterranean cruise. Yes, they are nice. Ireland, another Ireland, Greece, Bora Bora. Yeah. So far, I've been to those listed, but not Bora Bora. Greece and Albania. I've been to Greece, Fred, but not Albania. Scotland's supposed to be my 2021 trip this summer with students. So, Lisa, I'll get to say I've been there maybe if COVID doesn't cancel that one. Darla, Egypt in April next year on a Viking cruise. Yep. I just want to go to Disney World. Hey, there's nothing wrong with going to Disney. As it stands right now, my student trip from this summer is rescheduled for this next one for 2021. I have them back to back, so I will take students to Italy and Greece at the end of May, Memorial Day weekends when we're set to leave approximately, to Italy and Greece, and then I'll be back for a day or two to wash my clothes and repack, and I will turn around and take students from this year's trip, the 2021 trip, to England, Ireland, Northern Ireland, and Scotland. So it's going to be a packed summer. I will be gone all of the month of June with students. So it'll be interesting. That was where we were supposed to go, was Disney World. Yep, Cassandra. Maui, hopefully mid-November. Hawaii is on my list. Hey, Jane, checking in. Yeah, Fred, you're going to Florida. Yeah. You live there. We know. I just want to go to Cali to see my new granddaughter. That's true. Yes, Jane, if you're talking to me, I am busy with trips. That's why I couldn't reschedule my cruise, my Kiwi cruise to Canada and New England, because everything had already been rescheduled at that point. So I'm going back to back to back. The thing about cutting out this big guy is it's a big guy. I really like to get our 2-week Southern cruise done. Yeah. I'd like to get any trip done, Kelly, at this point. I'm worried now about my trip. That's the first trip coming up for 2021 is that Italy Greece one. And it's supposed to be, like I said, Memorial Day weekend. I'm worried that it'll be canceled. Because, you know, Italy was that second big one behind China that had issues with COVID. I hadn't looked at numbers lately. Have y'all looked at numbers? How's Europe doing with COVID? What brand scissors are you using? I need a new pair of small scissors. These are ones somebody recommended on another group. They're actually sewing scissors. They are from Singer, S-I-N-G-E-R. They're sewing ones, and I forgot the actual name of them. You're welcome to Facebook message me. But I got them off of Amazon, and they were like $5 and some change, and they are fabulous. My buddy Christine in Australia ordered one. Kelly in Canada ordered one. Several people have ordered them. But they cut really great. I'm just cutting slow because I'm trying to talk and look at y'all's comments before I miss them. And are those the Singer scissors you told us about? Yes, Fred, these are. And they cut great. They cut like circles. Christine's like, she can actually cut out the circle, the rings now. And it looks like a ring. It looks like a circle. But they're on Amazon. They're like the 4.5 inch. I forgot what it's called. I'll look for Singer scissors in that color on Amazon. Yeah, it's like the 4.5 inch detailed scissors or something like that. So, but I like them. This is my second time using them. I hadn't had them long. Yeah, so see my corners, I got some little cream color, but I can ink and maybe that'll hide it. There. Because I'll ink. So this, now that I look at it and think about it, I should have cut that shorter because of the adventure. Hope you already traced the template. What template? 4.5 nano, Fred says. The template I traced is the keepsake template. Or no, the keepsake is not the one I used. Hold on. And we'll get it back out anyway. It is one from an old Kiwi Lane kit. It's called Portrait. And I just extended it to make it. But now I'm going to, if I can, maybe cut off a little bit. Or maybe because that one comes down pretty much to the bottom. Thanks, Becky. Don't want to cut off a layer. Or just cut it off straight. Have it scalloped at the top. I think I might try that first. Save that for now. Okay, so always experiment. Oh, never seen that one. This one, it come in a Kiwi Lane kit, club kit. It's an old one from a year or so ago. I'm not for sure if that's one that's still available or not. If you're a Kiwi Lane club member, you can go back. Becky says it's January 2019. Thank you, Becky. If somebody wants to go look, if you're a club member, when you log in, you have access to all the surplus kits and you can go back and buy them. Not for sure if that's one that's available or not, but they made available the extras that they have from 2019. So I hate that for some reason my screen always does crooked, even though it is direct straight here and my phone is straight. Let's see if I try that. That bugs me when I look up and see what y'all are seeing and it's crooked. Okay, so if I have this, and let's look at that sketch again. Okay, Kelly, are you scrapbooking? You're supposed to be inspired. You picked out this layout. Okay. Or this sketch, not this layout. Okay, so I am thinking about, let's see. Everybody has favorite templates. Trying to decide which template I want. One of the trails to go across the top. Cascade Trails is one of my favorite skinny ones just because it has the points. I always like to have that. And on this side, right up here is where the title's going to go. So that would be kind of cool there. So that is Cascade Trails 2A. And I have two 2As. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. That's a old class template there. And I can have this one pointing up on that side. Cascade Trails, you're eating supper. That's no excuse, Kelly, especially since I know you can't eat much. Is the sketch on the site? And yes, it's on the site where you go to order. And then you go to the events, and the one for this event, Amy has it posted. Or what you can do, Cassandra, is play this back. And that made it even more crooked when I turned that for y'all. So the bottom needs to go up. I think that's what I did while ago, and it made it more crooked. Okay. Anyway, but you can look back at the beginning of this video, and I'll hold it up close for you, Cassandra, where you can take a picture of it. So, but laying out my templates, we have those two. Actually bring them on up. And if I don't have my title, I don't give myself much room for my title there. That one's a little better. It's a little straighter, still off, but okay. So for the I need a border to go down this side. And you know what, at this point, I am going to look at one. I'm going to pull out something. And we'll use a Jason Lane border. So we look at Jason Lane just because it's the first one I grabbed. Perfect. I missed the first part of live, so I don't even know what the sketch looks like. Ah, okay. So yeah, you can when it's done. We could do a streamer over there, but that one wouldn't cover up that since streamer is in my container here with Jason Lane. So we have a big one, kind of like that maybe. Kind of goes along with the scallops. Oh, look, Jason Lane has a pointy one. Does that not remind you of that same one? Look at there. You can almost say, are. Look at that. Almost a perfect match. Not quite, but I have never noticed that before. Look there. That's almost the exact same. So, of course, I'm going to use that one. Do this. This will be over there to cover up that adventure down the side. You got these guys can go back. Big okay. So I like those. I can move that over a tad, but not much. It wouldn't be worth even moving, I don't think. That red 52 stands out, doesn't it? Okay, so looking at that, they have the title here, journaling here. They have a decorative thing here, but that can be kind of my decoration. And then they have the photos, and then they have a piece of pattern paper blocking off the biggest chunk of this right here. So that is where I think I am going to put in this paper, and I don't think I will need both pieces. None of y'all commented on the Jason Lane and that one matching up. I thought for sure. Maybe y'all already knew that. Because I sure didn't. This shows, if I'm looking at it, it's a huge piece. If I had to guess, it's about 2, 3, maybe 8 inches or so tall, 8 or 9 tall. And then about 10 wide. But I'm not going to make mine that way. Sorry, Kelly, and we'll deviate again. This is going to look nothing like what you sent me. I'm thinking that I want this, like, because it starts from that border down. But I want some of this to show other than just that there. So I'm thinking, how far is 6? 6 is there. Yeah, I'm thinking 6 inches is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to cut this in half and use half on each page. Okay, y'all aren't commenting. Keep me company here, so I feel less like a crazy person talking to myself. Okay, and then it doesn't go all the way across. It just goes to that. I can still tuck it in to make sure that I have plenty. For now, I'm going to leave these whole in case I want to leave them whole. I can always trim them later. But for now, I'm going to do this and tuck this one under. And okay, next I want to lay out my photos. Oh, let's see what I got. Remember, I have big and small ones. I do have that. But see, that purple just doesn't go. Even though it matches my grapes, it won't get used again. Yes, I have, Fred. I've used that same paper before. I've used this kit before. I like the colors that you're using. Love the colors and patterns. Thank you. Okay, so there's that one in case I decide to put them on there. There's small ones. I know I want this one big, and in her layout, it has a 5x7, or layout. Her sketch, it has a 5x7. Oh, my light's in the picture again. I see. It has a 5x7. Let me see. I'll see if that gets the corner of the light out of the way. over here on this side. So since I cut that at exactly 6, so I only had to use 1 sheet, I can always trim like an inch off of this here at the bottom, or a 1/2 inch, so that it's kind of like using this as a mat. See, you think I don't pay attention. No, most men don't, friend. Let's see. That's the vines. I like this one because of the colors. It really has that burgundy. So it pulls that one out. This one, like I said, is kind of, there's a reflection in it. So that one's a maybe. Here's purple. That's showing the vines. And then I have some small ones, which this one and that one are the top 2, that one. So basically, because that one has the big 5x7, then it has 2 stacked here, and then it has 3 over on that side on this page. What do y'all think? Y'all are looking up from above. I mean, on this one, it's hard to see details, even with the big one. If I was to use the small ones, or I can move this guy. Sorry, Kelly. I'm brainstorming here. I cut slivers off the side to give that a mat, or they're slightly less there too. I don't know that I like that either. I could cut the sky out there. That's wasted piece, and that's a wasted piece. So just saying, I could do 2 skinnies. That might work. I think it's looking great with the larger pictures. That's what I was hoping. So, but see, if I'm cutting out the sky, since it was cloudy and overcast, it's not like it's a beautiful sunset or anything that I'm cutting out. I could do those 2 there. This will be down to give room for the title. And might do that, flip them, and have this one pointing up to the title and this one pointing to the grapes, even though it's a corner picture though. It's like pointing to the corner. That's another little one. Only thing with not using a sketch, then this feels unbalanced to me. Like it feels heavy over here because all the there's 3 pictures here and that there. But if I could do something like that, because this is where the big journaling piece is supposed to go anyway, even though I don't know what all I have to say about it other than, look, here's some grapes at the vineyard. At the vineyard. This one I could always either overlap part of that border, I could tuck under the edges, or just cut this border slightly shorter, and so that I have room for both. And this is adventure here, so it'd give me room to put like a word here, and then now my arrow would be pointing to like the beginning of the word. I like that thought. Okay, Becky says the skinny looks good. Yeah. So let me skinnyfy. make it, if that's 2, I'll cut off this part, the windshield wiper down here. Anyway, we don't need the windshield wiper being seen. And then here, and actually make this, we'll start with 3. I can always cut more off here in a minute because I know my paper is 6 tall, so it's going to have to go shorter. This one is when we were, can't tell if that's out the window, so, but you can see the side of the road there. The top of this pole doesn't matter to cut it off. So if I make it 2 3/4, I'm just going to get everything in there. Just cut out the white sky. The picture looks kind of funny now, but and then 2 3/4. Now I have 2 skinny photos. That one looks heavy because it's got more stuff, so it needs to go on the bottom. You can journal who went, your feelings of why you went. I went because my husband wanted to go. I was along for the ride in the pictures. The group that we were with is all people we met through Cruise Critic, and they all signed up with us, and we did all our private tours together and come out cheaper than doing the tours through the cruise line. So I'm friends with them today, all of them on Facebook, but I've seen them once in my life. So it's not like we're best buddies. I mean, we're good friends. There's my light glaring on it. I don't know how to get it with all this other stuff going. Let me see if I can get this back. If that does anything better, I think that's still going to glare. And then, let me see. Matte stuff in cream. What do y'all think? Because I feel like it needs to be matted. Because with the busy pattern in this, and this is busy, that was just a scrap to see. Yes, Matt. Yes, Matt. Somebody said something I can't see. Oh. You could fill part of the journaling section with an embellishment sticker or a quote. Yeah, I have those stickers. I always do everything first, and then I go back and use all my stickers. Can't decide if that's too white or not enough cream colored. And the next question is, will this be too cream colored? Matte, the one with the sky with the darker matte. See, Fred, that's hard for me to use different colored mattes. I'm bad about wanting all my mattes to match, and I know that's just me. Let me see. I'm weird, Fred. You know that? Okay. So if that is 6, because I can always trim this one down a little more if I wanted to. I want this to show. Or what if I just cut a strip through there? And then the photos sat on top. I don't think that would look right. They don't have to match. I know they don't have to, but that's me. I like my stuff. Cindy Prod, if she's still on here, she can tell you. Mine, that has to be matchy. May the cup match the color of the words. This, the color of adventure, is that what you're saying, Kirby? In black? Matte in black? I can try it. Oh, look, a piece of paper flying away. Where's my black? I'm willing to try black. Oh, 2 sheets in case I need it. The mats. Sorry, my cardstock's behind me, so I have to turn around. Might be too harsh, but you want to see it. I'm the opposite. If I'm going to mat, I want them not to match. Okay, so, ooh, that does make the pictures pop, Kirby. You might have had a good idea here. But how does the black look on with the burgundy? I mean, we've already got the black down here. But here's the pictures. It really does make those photos pop. Look at that. Get them Friday. Uh-oh. I started an epidemic. Singer or whoever's selling them on Amazon owes me a commission. Diane and them will tell you I'm a bad enabler. Step outside your comfort zone. I already am, Fred. I'm doing a sketch that Kelly chose, not one I picked to match my pictures. That's for sure. It sets off the pictures nicely. It does make it pop, doesn't it? I wouldn't have thought of black. I was thinking of matching that cream color because the cream is in here, here, and there. But the black adds a nice touch to it, Kirby. So way to go. Julie likes it on the darker one. Okay. But if these are together 5.5 or slightly over 5 there. Yeah, I can do a 5.5 map for those. Talking to myself. Do you get any credit? You said, what'd you say? Matte in a different color. Did you say something about dark? Oh, okay, Fred. Sorry, I hurt your feelings. Jane says go for it. Okay. So Fred and Kirby had a good idea. But Fred said matte 1. Kirby said matte them all. So it is a mutual idea. We can't let the man have his feelings hurt. Okay, so these pictures, I don't remember, are they exactly, yep, 4 by 6. Sometimes, you know, they're slightly off. That one's a hair off of the 6. So I'm going to do a 4.5. Almost, or 4 1/4, but almost 6 1/4. For Tony. This is a team effort. That's why I like doing these lives, because y'all give me ideas. Like I would have never thought to do it. It's really cool. This is the upside to doing the lives, is y'all give me really cool ideas. Like I tell my students, a manager has to be willing. I teach business, by the way, in case y'all don't know that. I even told them this yesterday in class. A manager has to be willing to listen to his employees, because sometimes they have really good ideas. A manager doesn't know everything. So they should be willing to take ideas, because several brains are better than one. And so you also have marketing firms will put several people on the same design for a company so that they can get multiple ideas in, and then they'll pick the best one to actually present to the customer. So But it is exactly why I like doing these. Other than I get to talk to y'all, that and it's unique. I do challenge myself, unlike what Fred thinks. Because it is weird talking to yourself, and like it's usually at least a 30-second delay. Like when I'm saying this, I just now laid the picture down and put my cutter over top of it. That's how much of a delay there is by the time I say something before you guys hear it. So let me cut another one here. Oh, here's something. My stomach's growling. My husband's got dinner ready in there. But because I love doing this so much, I'm going without dinner. I like to call it a hanging chad on that one. Since we're so political these days. Cut that off. Really go crazy. Do the trails in the black as well when you get there. Well, that's true. I would add the pop of black up there. That's a good idea, Fred. Okay. This and this. I think I had this over there. And this guy here. My paper's all sliding on me. And then I'm going to make this one mat. So those are 6. This off first. Okay. Yes, you got credit. So let's hear from the ladies, since Fred, we don't want him to have a big head and have too many good ideas. Ladies, what else do you suggest? He come up with the idea of using black up here. I've got to come up with something over here. I'll have to use a pattern or a solid or something over here, which I've got some blues and other colors that come in this, but I don't think we need to introduce the blue. So this is going to be, let's see. It's 6 inches tall. Yeah, I'll do it this way. Six and a fourth, and that is slightly over. That should be enough. My crazy stuff, I'm talking to myself. I am crazy. You have to be to teach sometimes, especially right now. I cut it short. That's okay. I'm gonna chop some more of this off to make it look like the other one. Hey, Lindsay. Still need a little bit more off of it. That'll help make it unique, and one picture is smaller than the other. Just hacking away at the sky. They're both going to be skyless here in a minute. There we go. Maybe. Trim the photo. Oh, yeah. I already did that, Kirby. I'm just now seeing your comment after I've already done it because of the delay. Okay. So this will be fun. Tracing templates on the black. I could use my white pen to come in the Kiwi Lane kit. Let me try it on this, see how it shows. Yep, let's see that. Hey, Deb. I didn't tell you you had to shut up. Quit crying like a baby. I just told somebody else to give me an idea so that you didn't get the big head. Okay. So that my white doesn't show, I'm going to trace this on the back side. This side's the side with the texture. 2 shades of black. No, these are the same papers. Are you talking about I could use 2 shades of black? I don't think I want to use 2. That's what you're talking about. But this is the same paper as that one. I'm going to trace this one here. And light. They don't perfectly line up, but no one will know the difference but me and you guys. So, this is your chalk one, but I'm using it on my black to trace easier instead of a pencil, so I don't have to get it in the light just right. I can trace it and be able to see it. Could use a shade of gray. You're talking about for these, Kirby, using a shade of gray, or for this piece over here? There you go. That's the marker that came in the Kiwi Club kit. Again, another sale for the Kiwi Club kit. Perfect way of doing that to where I can see easy and not having to do this to get my pencil lead just right. Okay. And then I traced on the back side so that that white doesn't show. The vertical piece on the side, oh, and gray. That's what I'm using now, Kirby, is those scissors. Put that aside for now. Actually, I like this white pen on here. That would be cool. Like where Leslie, if you watched her video the other day, and she used the templates to dab her ink and stuff to make those clouds in the sky. You could take this if you're using a solid black background or whatever and trace something in the sky, so you wouldn't even be using paper. Dollar Tree has chalk markers. Yes, but I can't run to the Dollar Tree while we're on here, Fred. So that was handy right here with all my other pencils and pens that are over to the side that you can't see. But this would be cool effect, is what I was saying, on paper in your background. So instead of drawing, like cutting out something to put up here, if this were black, you could, or a darker color. I'm sure the white would probably show on that yellow. I'm not sure how much, but you could do the flower or something onto the background. That would be a cool thing to try. Yeah, that pen, it does look cool. So I'm cutting on the outside of my white marker since I did that on the other side. I know some people ask, do you cut right on the line or do you trace on the cut on the inside of it or the outside of it? I don't know. That's what I tell them. I pick one and then just do the rest of them that way. So the only thing is on this one, I don't guess it really matters, because that one I can't trace on the outside because it'd be on the inside of the other one. So I'm going to cut down the middle of this one and they should still line up. I think it'll matter anyway, other than a slight height difference maybe. And so I'm cutting down the middle. Okay, so I know a lot of you watch all of us creative partners create. What I find unique about watching us is that each one of us does something differently. And I want to say it's Mary and I. Me and one of the other partners, I can't remember my name right now, were talking one day and she's like, I told her I love how she does all the details. Like she does really good with all of her details and the layers and the details. And she's like, oh, but I love your more simplistic layouts because it looks good without all those details. And I don't think to not do all the details. So, you know, we all have different styles. So it's interesting. You should get a variety if you watch them all. See how that one, I'm gonna need to trim it. It's slightly off there. So I hear my dog whining. My son shut his bedroom door and she's wanting in there. There we go. That matches up better now. And then now, uh-oh, my video just cut out. I can no longer see. It says, sorry, we're having trouble playing the video. So I'm assuming normally when it does that, I can still see comments. So, but if my light gets in the way of the camera again, let me know in the comments because I can no longer see what it looks like. This is going to go here. I need to come up with something that goes over there. I want a solid, since there's so many busy patterns. I don't want to introduce a new color. There is that one, the big chevrons. But that would be kind of wild over there on that side. Oh, I'm blocking the light. Let me fold that back. That ties in the colors, but it is introducing the blue, so I don't know about that. See, I like the black. My stomach growling again. There's the postcards. I got enough yellowy color. There's that. You know, this is supposed to be a big journaling spot over here. Not that I have a big thing to journal, but look, there's a big journaling spot that I could plop over there. I don't know what I would say on all that though, but there's a cool one. There's other smaller ones there too. See, I think that would just be too busy. I like it like Fred does, but it would be too busy. Already got enough of that with that burgundy paper. We already got yellow. That wouldn't stand out. That's the blue. I don't want to introduce blue. There's black words, but I've already got the black mats over there. Cut the box. Oh yeah, I could cut that big box down, but I still don't have much to say here, Kirby. I showed them earlier. I did a layout that already shows Tony and them. Wherever I stuck it, it's in all this. That of Tony and them at the winery. There it is. So it says Tony and our touring buddies enjoying the wine tasting in Sicily, Italy at the Murgo Winery. So I already have this cool one. Like I said, I'm out of this paper. I would be using some of that, but I already have that kind of tells what it is. And this is just, here's the grapes at the winery is basically, I couldn't tell you what type of grapes they are. This is from 2013. So I can't tell you stuff from today, much less 7 years ago. Maybe now use the cream color. So use the cream over here. That would be an idea, Fred. But then would it be just like a big blob of cream? I don't know. Temporarily. Oh, my green is connected though. Slide this over for a second to see. I don't know that I like it with that. Need a bunch of grapes. I have some stickers, Kirby, I'm gonna throw on here, maybe, or use. I showed them earlier. I'll get to that. I wanted to get the papers on there so I could see what I have. There's chevrons. Here's a green polka dot. Again, I don't think that would look good though. A dark green, maybe put an embellishment on it. Let's see what other stuff that I have that might be color-wise without using that blue. There's writing, but I don't think that would look good either. There's solid green to match that, basically. I would tie the green in over there in the leaves. Like Kirby said, solid. That's what I'm looking at. Patience. Okay. I'm going to cut it. I have paper, and I have more cream, and I have everything. So if I don't like it, I can cut it in the cream and try that too. So it'll be like this, and I'll trace. On the back side, what I do with my pencil. It disappeared. The marker. Well. Where in the world did my pencil go? I'll use a different one then. I don't know where my pencil went. Let's see. I've got a bunch of comments that I didn't see. What about a deep purple? What about a deep purple, darker green, darker than that, blue, purple, or a darker shade of burgundy? Now I don't want to add purple, even though there's purple in the grapes, because then that's adding a whole nother color to it. There's that. No, yeah, that's 12. But that's dark enough for you guys. Here's a different one that I used on that other layout. Or no, it's the same as that one. Ditch that green. Ha! Somebody says I like the green, and Fred says ditch green. It looks like baby poop. It doesn't. It's an olive green, Fred. Tracing it, Fred. And we'll see what it looks like. And then I might not like it, and you'll probably be right. But I'll always wonder. So do a dark purple for the side and title. You're trying to get me to use another color. I got 4 going here. I've got burgundy, green, black, and the yellow. Now you're trying to get me to add purple. I'm filling for smooth edges there. Just notice this sheet of paper is faded at the top. Can y'all see that at home? There's a strip right here that is faded. So see, Fred, there you go. That nixes that in the bud because that would bug me. Do a dark purple. Let's see. I don't know how much you guys can see. Dark. I don't know. Dark purple cardstock wise. I got lots of purples. I don't know what in dark purple I have. There's that. Might not be dark enough. Maybe this shade. There we go. It's still not the shade of those grapes. But peer pressure, peer pressure. There's dark burgundy. Different one. I don't like that texture. It's just a slightly different shade. That's about all I got, ladies, as far as dark purple. You won't use a whole lot of purple. I have dark purple. Fred says dark green matched with the top of the skinny picture. Ouch. Elbow. And then there's dark green. Well, that's probably going to be the darkest one I got. Unless that one's darker. Oh, it's the same. If you distress the edges of the burgundy or purple, it might give it the rustic look and add some definition. Yeah. Loving the ideas. Keep them coming. Okay. Okay, let's look. So we got green. So it ties in. It's darker than that green. It goes with the dark green of the vines over there, as Fred was talking about. Or you guys said, some of you said dark purple. This is a bright dark purple. Still brighter than those grapes. There is a Paper Company basic cardstock, no texture, bright purple. Or that shade of purple. See, I'm just not digging the purple and the burgundy. I know it looks crazy. Not me. Getting my nerves moving. That way these aren't shimmying all around on me. I didn't even get out my good newer ATG gun. This is one I use on my table. It's the old original one before they made them for scrapbookers, and it was red and I painted it. So here I get my crummy one I use on my table instead of the one I take to crops that's solid pink. Dark green, dark green. Change yellow to ecru and make the border yellow. Change yellow to ecru. I'm not for sure what you're talking about, Joanne. Off-white. See, I'm on a delay. I'm 30 minutes, 30 seconds or more ahead of where you guys are. So when y'all comment, I'm not for sure what you're talking about, so to speak. I'll roll some of this off. I'm getting ready to trim another hair off of this guy. Okay, so at least they're matted, not matted evenly. I'll trim it up later. I get them down for now. I can't stand it moving. Okay, well, this goes here. Computer's wanting to go to sleep. I'm going to try it on green, and we shall see. It's going this way. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this thick, even though I'd slid it off my page some, because I'd rather cut off some more in the end than not have it thick enough. So, you dummy. So, oh, there's my pencil. Look, right in front of my face. It went behind my cutter, or my adhesive. And for the sake of time, normally I don't do this, so I get a second border out of it, but it makes it a whole lot easier to cut with a smaller sheet of paper. Because when you're cutting, you've heard all of us, or a lot of us say it, it's easier to move the paper and keep your hands at the same angle. Sometimes I move my hands, but I always try to remember to actually move the paper. So my fingers, my hand is not moving, it's the paper that's moving. And that will usually give you better cuts. I still go back over mine. No, I am not perfect by any means, but I still go back over mine, and I can feel, sometimes you can see it, but if you feel a jagged edge, then you know that it's one that you might want to trim it up. So that one looks and feels good. There's no jagged edge there. So let me get this out of the way. And I guess we'll go under there, over here. Now, here's the thing. I've got black on both pages. This is on both pages. This is on both pages. Pictures are on both pages. So now I need some of the dark green over here, which I can do in the journaling or the embellishments over here. So I'm gonna have to remember to bring some of the dark green over if I use the dark green. I don't like it on me. It's moved up under there. Let me try it this way. I have to play around with that. This is coming down. Y'all still with me? Haven't seen any comments in a couple minutes. And look, this matted, this is now bigger because I was going to cut some of that down. Oh well, it's going to hang out bigger. There's nothing wrong with that. Dark green. Oh, you read my mind. Okay. I was going to say, what are you talking about, dark green? And do the dark green in the title. Of course, all it's going to say is basically the winery. I can put the winery there. I could look it up online and see what type of grapes they have. I have all types of generic travel embellishments. So let me go back to, there it is. Some of you weren't with me when I did the first ones. So there's Wine Country. There's At the Winery with the arch, and At the Winery. That would fit up there. The Perfect Vintage Wine Tasting. We were there for a wine tasting, but this isn't pictures of the wine tasting. There's Eat, Drink, and Be Merry, but they're not eating and drinking. This is, again, the winery itself, the grapes. And then I had these stickers. This one's going on another page. It's already written on. The Crush, Perfectly Paired, Well Balanced. It's on that bottle. I don't know that any of those color-wise go. because this is naming wines and I have no idea what kind of grapes those are or what kind of wine it would make. So I don't know that that one is usable. Thank you, Trudy. I'm glad you joined us. Fred would use his Cricut and place on the trail. Yeah, I do the letters going down. What would y'all say here, though? Would you put the name of the winery? Because I could put wine down here too and not have a title up there, or have a title up there and say wine adventure, grapes adventure. Let's see. Can y'all see my marks? I've told some people that know me know I have a allergy to plastic, where I was holding those plastic bags. Can y'all see the red whelps on my arm? And right there, I'm itching. And I know I'm not supposed to itch it, but yes, the name, Cynthia says. My arm is on fire though from touching that plastic bag. Another weird thing about me. The month and the year, where, Fred? There's your grapes. Somebody said earlier grapes, but those look odd, just having a strand of grapes hanging. Here's a purple grapes. Like, those are more red and these are more purple to match those. Italian countryside, the grape escape. We escaped. I got to watch them drink. So I don't know. I'm gonna use those. That's a possibility still at the winery, and have the little, be something different. Or, of course, the best embellishment is to use my Kiwi Lane templates, because I need to Kiwify this some more. Trail. I don't know what trail you're talking about. Oh, avoid the sticker sneeze. Okay. Of course, I still got to ink the edges of everything. Arm is on fire. Okay, so of our Kiwi Lane templates, what templates would y'all use on this? It's not like we have a bunch of grapes. Not that I want to cut them out anyway, but what would be good on here? This is an old picture thing of it. We've had new ones since then. Let's see. Something strikes my fancy. Of course, we could do arrows and stuff. That's always a good go-to. That's why there's so many arrows. They fill in, they go for any topic. So if the title was here, an arrow could be coming around like that guy. To flip him that way. Could be pointing down to grapes. Say the grapes of wrath. Something about the grapes. No ghost. There's leaves. I mean, those are leaves. That kind of makes me think of some of the decorations on wine bottles. So that is sprig. There's that. What's making you itch, Brandy? Trudy, it's plastic. I had my arm on the plastic. I'm allergic to some plastics, and so it's itching. You can still see the red welts there from where I was holding the plastic. Swap the photos from the left page to the right to show more of the green templates. swap the photos from the left to the right. All the green. Oh, this one, you're talking about that one? If I do this, then it looks heavy. I had that way to begin with. I try, of course, number one, they're not going to fit with their mats over here. I could do this. And now that fills up the space better. So I don't have the big space open. You could do a sunburst peeking out from behind somewhere of those cloudy days. You said, yeah, it was cloudy. Any leaves might look sort of like grape leaves. Yeah, that's true. Yes, and journal on the left. It's like a journal there. So the a la carte sprig. That just looks like, if you think designing wise, graphic design wise, they use stuff like this on the wine labels a lot. So that's what makes me think wine. So that's a possibility. No, not 4th of July. Of course, we do cameras. Cameras are always another generic one that fits because we obviously took photos. There's no, it was cloudy, but that would look very strange to have clouds in the sky. No snow. No houses or schools. School bus. Can always use bracket. Excuse me for yawning. The one that is a maple leaf. Hold on. Y'all are commenting and I missed it. One that looks like a maple leaf looks like a grape leaf. Leave the pics like that. Put leaves to the left of photos. Maybe journal on them. You're saying these two from nature are the ones that look like maple leaves. No birds and butterflies. It's in the mountains, but I mean, that would be kind of odd, I guess. Put that on there. More generic things, but I don't see anything that strikes my fancy. Try laying the title on the top left over the black. Right here. Instead of up here. If I did that, then I can move this up to give it some more space. Just organized my thickers and my letter stickers for the most part. The smaller ones aren't, but I got the thickers and stuff in there. I don't know if I have like a burgundy. It's got black. I guess a cream might be nice. I'll have to look at my colors and decide. Okay, I'm back to the beginning. Oh, we said 6 to 8. I'm glad there's nobody else coming on because it's past 8. Back at the sketch. Title, there's that. Here I go, picking up the plastic again. And so there's that guy. So I definitely want to use him. Sorry. I get no comments and all of a sudden I get several here. There is one in notations that could look like a label of a wine bottle. Notations. Find. You guys are so creative. That's why I like doing this. Let me find my tiny notations. See what she's talking about. And traditions. Where is notations? Never saw the sketch. Realized my ideas probably do not work with the sketch. Sorry, no, that's no problem. I've went way off the sketch. Other than this being here and that going across the top. And yes, Fred is right. There are no such things as bad ideas because I like having everybody's ideas. That's why I do this. I'm on the hunt for my tiny notations. There they are. I skipped over them. There's one that looks like a wine label. Are you talking about this one? Or, of course, there's the banner ones. Bigger banner ones. Or there's like this that goes across it. Those are so small, though. Yeah, it's hard to take everybody's ideas. So, but I like hearing them because I do use some of them. So do the others. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep that in the back of my mind. Those out of my hand before I start itching again because I still got marks from all ago. Okay, how many people are still scrapping? I don't even know how many's on here since I don't have video anymore to tell me how many's on live with us. Well, it's like 50. I'm sure several people have dropped off now to go eat dinner, watch TV. I'm thinking. I wish this was bigger is what I'm thinking. Well, I'll think about everything y'all say. But we all have different tastes. I'm just wishing this was bigger, which again, I could extend it and make it bigger, but then it would curl on up the way it's curled already. For the sake of it, for the fun of it, let me get my green paper. Usually just chatting, just watching. I'm still scrapping. 29 are on, so yeah, we've lost people. I was gonna say we're a little more than half of what we were. Okay. don't know. I don't think I have used this. I'm pretty sure I have not used my sprig. What it's called? Yeah. I've not used that guy. Should have used my white pen again. Dark color to get it just right. I'm cutting out the sprig, its leaves. Layouts like this are hard for me because it's not your normal layout. Like, not many people do winery photos. It's not like I could go look up some, I know. It's not like this is a common one you do often. To get in the hang of doing winery ones. So it's hard to do just fields of green, as the song says. Fields of grapes. To think on that one. At least gets it there to think about it. It blends. It's dark and dark. Okay, well, it is now going on, what, 8:20 my time, Central Time? And my dinner was ready 2 hours ago. So I'm going to go warm my dinner up. I will post to the group my finished layout once I figure out the details. You guys, thank you so much for joining us and helping me come up with the ideas of using the black and the dark green and swapping the photos and all the good ideas y'all have had so far. I'm going to take into consideration and figure out what to do with this crazy layout and come up with a title for it, or just leave it as adventure. But thanks for joining us. It was supposed to be 6 to 8, but it's like a crop. So, crop. You scrapbook all you want. The only thing is my stomach thinks it's been cut off, even though it has plenty to burn. So I'm going to go warm up my dinner, but I appreciate you guys for joining us. And I will see you next weekend. If you haven't seen the announcement today, it is National Card Making Day, or whatever the title of the thing is, coming up. So not this weekend, but next weekend, you will have several of us getting on doing card things. So I will be back next weekend. I want to say it's early afternoon on Saturday, talking about the card idea book. And different people are going to be making different cards with some of our different card kits and different things. So you're going to have all kinds of lives. I want to say it's 5 a day. You have to look back at their announcement earlier. I shared it to my group. Some of the other creative partners did as well. But that's coming up next weekend. It's all about cards. So if you're more into cards or like cards or want to make cards, that's what's coming up next. So Thanks for your time. Love these pages. Thank you. Have a good night, everybody. Trudy says, glad I caught some of it. Yeah, Trudy, we missed you over on Zoom. So everybody come see us, and have a great night. I want to pull it down since it's through Zoom. And in.